What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Tech Takes. Father and son bring you our thoughts, our views, our takes on all the action in the tech space. My name is Valiant.
And my name is Valiant, and today we're going to bring you our take on the iPhone 11.
So, as you know, all the reviewers are starting to get their dummy models trickling in, the same dummy models that the case companies uses to make the cases for the devices.
Right, and what these look like are the normal iPhone 11 model, right, which is very similar to the X, which is a bad thing.
And it's the current one as well.
So what's going on is we're not seeing anything new screen-wise. We're seeing the very same notch that we see on the iPhone X, XS, XX Max, that whole series. We're seeing the same notch, and that's awful.
We're gonna circle back around to the notch, because that's gotta go. But the main thing here is this iPhone is coming out with basically the leaks that has been leaking, the same eye patch looking module.
So basically what we're talking about here is the triple camera, and this is such an eyesore, it looks like. What happened is we're getting a normal camera, we're getting a telephoto camera, which are both on the iPhone X, and a wide angle camera, and they brought it in the worst way in this eye patch square looking camera base on the back.
Yeah, it looks like somebody got punched in the face, got that black eye action going. It's not the eye. It's not the idea, it's not the feature. The wide angle camera lens will be dope. That way you don't have to use the attachments. The issue is the implementation is hideous.
Right. And I just can't, like we on the iPhone like 10, it's fine because it's just dual camera, it's in a straight line. But the fact that they had to just put it in there so awfully with a square on the back of your phone, that's just bad.
So this is the kind of design language we can expect from Apple after Johnny Ive leaving. This is gonna be a no-go. We've been a fan of Apple for 10 years, maybe even longer. We got all kind of Apple gear going. You know what? Hold on, I'll be right back.
See, I'm telling you, we love Apple. So what's different with this iPhone 11? Not much is the answer here. I'm talking, we have a smaller screen size on the normal one, and then a larger screen size on the 11S, like Max, that we usually have, you know?
Yeah, and that's the problem. And that notch, the notch is still here.
Right. They're having the notch on the 11, which is such an issue. We'll get back to that. We have a little bit more battery space and a slightly better processor. They're just not. It's just such a weak upgrade.
It's not an upgrade. In fact, don't spend $1,000. Don't drop another $1,000 on this phone. Wait.
The iPhone 11 just really isn't worth getting because they're not. This is one of those things that is really a stereotype with Apple, how they're talking about they don't give us much except like a bigger screen size with each phone. You know, like this, I think this is really bad for Apple's reputation because they're not giving us anything.
If you really want the wide angle lens, save your $1,000, go pick up your Moment lens, go pick up your Sandmark lens and do it that way. $100 and keep it moving.
Right. And it's just like, it just really irks me because, especially with this notch thing, right? I'm telling you, this notch is the worst. And especially the fact that they're bringing out with the iPhone 11, their newest iPhone, while we see something like the S10 that has a hole punch, we see something like the OnePlus 7, which has nothing. They're still bringing out the notch, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of a disappointment. But on the other hand, we can wait another year and then get the real upgrade.
Bring it to another disappointing fact about this is the new R series. The new iPhone in their R series.
Which, keep in mind, is the budget model. It's the budget model to combat the Google Pixel A series, and all of the budget models coming out of China, even though they're all doing a great job.
Right, and they kind of like messed themselves up here, in my opinion, because what they did is they made it more expensive. I mean, which you can like predict from a better model of the budget model. But what they did is they put OLED on it. On the 10R, they had LCD. OLED makes the model more expensive, right? Which again is an issue considering it's their budget model. And what the other thing they did was just add 2 cameras instead of 1.
And
right?
again, we're all going off leaks here because that's all we have. But a lot of this is coming from Ming-Chi Kuo, the well-known Apple insider, and he's been pretty accurate.
Right. The iPhone R, 11R at least, it's just it's also really disappointing to me because what they're doing here is because they're making the iPhone 11R into what the iPhone 10 is. In my opinion, they're adding a better processor, OLED, dual cameras, everything we see on the iPhone 10, they're adding to the iPhone 11R, which is just making it more expensive.
Well, yeah, and I don't know what's going to be the differing factor of the 2 models. So that's about it for this one. All we got to say is if you're considering buying the iPhone 11, skip it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So that was our take on the iPhone 11 leaks. What is yours? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, my name is Valiant.
My name is Valiant. Like, subscribe, bang the bell, bang the bell, bang the bell. We out. What's going to be the differentiating? What's going to be the differentiate? How you say the word?
Differentiating? That's a hard one, Dad.
And what's going to be the differentiating? Forget it.